Right now, I would like to introduce Smitha Shah, Commissioner to the President's Advisory Commission on Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders, and Chair of the Delhi Committee of the Chicago Sister Cities International, and also a board member at Navy Pier and ComEd. Smitha.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here today for our famous, fabulous Holi event in celebration of spring. We are not going to interrupt all of the beautiful programming for too long, but we wanted to take a few minutes to have a small program and introduce you to some people who are very honored to be here today. I'd like to start with the Indian Consul General, Consul General Somnath Ghosh. This is his second year here, and I think we've wowed him by the great togetherness that we have in coming together for Chicago under Holi. So, Consul General.
Thank you. Happy Holi. Good afternoon. It's a great occasion. Mayor Brandon Johnson, Smitha, all the friends here. It's a beautiful day. In India, we call this day as the first day, actually the beginning of the spring. The spring has come to Chicago, this beautiful city, and thank you for coming here. You can go outside and dance. A lot of people are dancing. It's a beautiful city, and thank you, Mayor, for making it more beautiful. And this is a place for the greater Chicago. We have about 260,000 Indian American, and Indian origin people. So thank you, Mayor, for making it a great home for them. And thank you for hosting Holi every year. This is the second year for me. I see it even bigger than last year. And I hope to see it even bigger next year. And please enjoy. Thank you. Have a great day.
So thank you so much, Consul General. Once again, it's as the chairman of the Delhi Chicago Sister Cities Committee, it's really my honor to be a part of this Holi celebration. I grew up hearing about Holi from my mother, who's here with us today. She is from Agra, down the street from the Taj Mahal, that iconic monument of beauty that everyone thinks of when they think of Chicago, or think of India. We wish we had a Taj Mahal in Chicago, but this is as close as we can do. She would talk about getting up in the morning and doing a puja with her family, telling stories of how Holi came to be, of all the sweets that were not only at her home, but from her friends and her neighbors. She would talk about going with her friends and throwing the beautiful colors of spring: red, yellow, saffron, green, blue, not only on her friends, but also on her parents. You can imagine as a young person to be able to throw something at your parents is a very fun thing to do. She would talk about it with joy, the happiness not only the young ones had, but the adults. I used to wonder about her joy of this because I never experienced it, because there wasn't Holi in the United States. Then along came Navy Pier, in partnership with ComEd, with their Global Connections program. Under the leadership of Marilyn Gardner, who's here, with her great team, Chona Maglaya, Erica Taylor, Elizabeth Halagian, and Dylan Hankey, who always stay behind the scenes, but they run this program, and there's so many more. This great institution pulled together a celebration that is worthy of the memories, of my mother's memories, which has turned into the largest program in the United States for Holi. This is exactly what Chicago Sister Cities International do. We honor the diverse international communities that make Chicago our home. We bring the best of their culture and who bring their best of their culture and the desire for the American dream and make Chicago stronger. Through people-to-people relationships, we support cultural, social, economic exchanges to bring together each community within the community, but also the communities at large. This is what makes Chicago great, a city built by people of diverse communities and neighborhoods. Mayor Johnson, we are so pleased you can join us today to see exactly how people and organizations who love this city can work together to honor each other and make Chicago so great. It is my pleasure to introduce Mayor Brandon Johnson.
Happy Holy Day, Chicago. Thank you, Smita, for that wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Doesn't it feel great to be here at Navy Pier, right here in the greatest freaking city in the world, the city of Chicago? Now, one thing we know for sure in Chicago, it doesn't have to feel like spring to actually be spring. But it looks so beautiful. The sun is shining. The wonderful lake is glistening and bubbling. But most importantly, it's the lives that are in this room that really bring joy. Holi is a reminder that good always triumphs over evil. And those forces that wish to divide us, make no mistake about it, not here in the city of Chicago. Black, brown, white, Asian, young, old, rich, poor. We are the greatest city in the world because of the diversity that makes up this city. Are you with me, Chicago? But there's no better place to celebrate who we are than right here at Navy Pier. The Festival of Colors, this iconic Chicago landmark, it really brings out the colorful history of Chicago. Born out of Daniel Burnham's master plan for Chicago, this place has transformed over the years from a shipping facility to a naval base, and now one of Chicago's best attractions. At every stage of its history, Navy Pier has continued to connect the world to Chicago and Chicago to the world. We celebrate cultures from within and beyond our borders here at Navy Pier, and particularly through Navy Pier's Global Connection series. And through this incredible initiative, Navy Pier has become the most celebrated place that highlights and uplifts the diversity of our communities and traditions that make up Chicago's cultural fabric. I'm so grateful to Chicago's Sister Cities International and the Delhi community for celebrating that diversity today with Global Connections, as well as all of the work that the team does to make days like this possible. The beauty in this room, really, it's the children. As Smita said, children, take full advantage of an opportunity to throw stuff at your parents. This might be the only chance you get. But Chicago's positive impact is felt all around the world. We are felt all around the world thanks to the hard work of Chicago's Sister Cities International and the volunteer work of our committee members like Smita, who is so passionate about our city, so passionate about diplomacy, and so passionate about our democracy. I'm glad that we all are here today, coming together to celebrate Chicago's Hindu and Indian communities as we share in the beautiful traditions of India with our city's residents and visitors. Holi reminds us that we are only better, stronger, and safer together. Holi reminds us that but by the grace of God, we survive and we thrive. Holi reminds us that this festival that is filled with joy and peace and community, Holi reminds us of what makes us who we are. I call it the soul of Chicago. And only in this moment can we reflect as we transition from one season to the next, reflect on those who made it possible for us to be here today. Our ancestors. We'll never forget the life and the legacy of those who've made moments like this even possible. So let's continue to celebrate in the greatest freaking city in the world. God bless you. Happy Holi. God bless the city of Chicago.